Try that again. Hello. Welcome to Moral Hazard. I'm your host, Stephen Fung, joined by my wonderful guest, Nate James. Nate, say hello.
Hi, you guys.
And we are coming live from the Jeb Bush Center for Success. And this is WMUC Digital College Park. Please do not tune out. We're just getting started. Moral Hazard is your go-to hour of garbage brain atrophy commentary on current events, brought to you by a business major who just took a couple of exams. Hopefully he did well. He is me, by the way. I'm speaking in the third person like any normal Hollywood celebrity who's being paid $30 million for this show. Our current news stack: WSJ, Bloomberg, HBR. That's Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, HBR, Harvard Business Review. It's the worst journalism. It's terrible. It's terrible, but we must sit through it. And as I had discussed with Nate like 30 minutes ago, I do pay for all of these things just so I can stay up to date. Because, well, New York Times is free, but it's not all that. What is it? Venezuelan propaganda?
Venezuelan propaganda.
Venezuelan propaganda. You heard it first. Is it pro or anti-Venezuela?
According to my sources, it's pro.
It's pro-Venezuela propaganda.
Well, no. Pro this American Venezuelan regime against the current regime.
Anti-Venezuelan propaganda.
Anti-Venezuelan propaganda.
And that is why we are reading Wall Street Journal instead.
Yeah.
Because they are famously pro-Venezuela.
Wait, millionaire news for a millionaire, right?
Of course. That's what, we've got Bloomberg for that exact same purpose, Mike Bloomberg sits around. I don't know if you guys know who Mike Bloomberg is, but basically he's this guy that ran for president, and he also
controls the media.
Yeah, he controls the media. He also has his own radio show, Bloomberg Radio. Sucks, by the way. Don't ever listen to them. Listen to me. But before all that, he made the Bloomberg terminal, which is basically like a financial computer kind of thing. He's got a bunch of data on it. It's probably I think it's probably the most useful resource for anyone working in high finance kind of thing. But one day I'll have one. My Bloomberg terminal is my laptop with a bunch of newspaper subscriptions. So not making any great trades here. So we're live from UMD, the episode's alumnus of the week. This is going to be a positive one, as I was telling Nate. We've been hating on people for too long.
Hating on a lot of people.
Carly Fiorina, she doesn't deserve that, Her life is bad enough as it is. She doesn't need people from her alma mater saying, like,
glazing.
Well, it's not really glazing because it's not. I'm not looking up to her in any sort of way. Anyways, this one's gonna be a positive one. I recently went to a guest speaker event for the Honors College. I'm in the interdisciplinary business honors, which is fun. It's fun. They've really people. It gets a lot of flack because people think like it's not that well organized, but they figured it out recently. It's good. I like it now. Anyways, the guest speaker was a UMD Smith alum. His name is Ralph Dickerson III, and really interesting guy. He went to Smith, and then he went to Syracuse, got his MBA, and then he started working investment banking. And the funny thing is, the two employers that he worked with as an investment in that time he was in investment banking were none other than Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers. Those were his two employers, which is not a good look. But he did manage to turn it around after he worked at Bear Stearns, then he worked at Lehman. After he worked at Lehman, he was able to start or co-found a real estate private equity group, and then 2008 happened. So that is. If you're looking back at this guy's resume, if you're in 2010 looking at this guy's resume, and he went from two employers that went bankrupt, and then he went into real estate, and then the real estate market crashed, it doesn't look great. But he kept he kept the real estate private equity firm going until like 2011. So they made it partially out of that huge dip. And I think they were managing like 10 figures, 10 figures AUM, which is crazy. Anyways, he came and he spoke with us. Really intelligent guy. He was talking about things like, what was he talking about? You know, it was all a blur. He was mostly talking about leadership. It was leadership. It was a leadership lecture for the most part. I despite the fact that he has worked at 2 companies that went under and one that was unfortunately timed. You know, he's doing really well now. He worked for the city of Atlanta, developing like a huge portion of land. But yeah, really interesting lecture. Shout him out. He is working now, as I told Nate. He's got a startup.
Oh, we love a startup.
We love a startup. We love a startup. We here at if you don't know this, Moral Hazard was actually a Y Combinator startup, and so they gave us $700,000 for 7% of our company.
$7 million for 7%.
It's $7 million for 7%.
Yeah, I thought it was 7.
Maybe it's entirely possible. But
entirely possible.
It's entirely, yeah. Look, whatever money they gave us, it all went down the drain right away because we bought, the naming rights to the Jeb Bush Center for Success. But yeah, no, his new startup is it's questionable. I don't know how to put this in a way where I can still be positive about him as a person.
Well,
but if you guys have watched episode 1, you know my stance on AI and absolutely stupid AI startups. His startup it's completely different. This is I may have made fun of all the AI startups before for being dumb and using AI for things that you really shouldn't use AI for. But, maybe this time it's different. It's a AI startup for telehealth. So basically it's telehealth and you're on a FaceTime call with ChatGPT. So is it a dumb idea? I'm not going to say. Nate, you can say it, though.
Yeah. My qualifications for this is I'm a struggling and failing computer science major, so I can 100%.
Well, I don't know about
this.
Failing.
We'll see. Anyway.
And, anyone that's a computer major is going to struggle just like with the smell profile of the people in the classes anyways, so.
Shower 2 times a day just to combat those allegations.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Well, he's certainly in a little bit of a tricky spot, I think, legally.
Yeah.
I think ethically. And I think on all rounds, it's just stupid. But
well, I'm glad I had a guest in here to say it for me because I couldn't possibly speak to that.
Not part of the Smith School. Hey, I can talk about
there you go.
how I want.
There you go.
Yeah, but telehealth is interesting. You know, it's a new, innovative prospect. You can say that he does have ambition.
Mm.
You know, he's always on the next thing.
Yes.
Yeah, but
yeah, he's certainly hopping from one thing to another. My thing is like people were already saying companies like BetterHelp. You know BetterHelp?
Oh, the flop.
Yeah, they were already
service,
saying like that was a complete fraud, like it's not real telehealth and stuff like that. When you make a BetterHelp clone, but you like further like push it into scam territory, you're combining 2 aspects of like modern scams, and making a company out of it. But he was a pretty cool guy, all things considered. I think he believes in his product. I don't think he's like actively like tenting his fingers and being like, how can I steal money from people?
Or he could be.
He could be. He very well could be. He does look like Lex Luthor. He's got like the
he does mew. I would say he does mew.
Did you look at his LinkedIn profile?
He mews.
Yeah, well,
he loves a good mew.
Have you seen the photo of Kamala Harris like giving a speech and it's like that little girl like looking up at her?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
so
100%.
During his guest lecture, I had asked him a question, and he was responding to it. And, like, he was responding, like, very passionately. I was like, what is happening right now? And then I hear, like, click, click, click behind me. And in that moment, I knew. I was like, they just Kamala Harris me. They got
you.
They got a picture of him talking to, like, one of the very few people of color in the audience. And lo and behold, LinkedIn post goes up today about his time here at the Smith School giving guest lectures, and right there is a picture of me getting Kamala Harris.
Wait, chat, we're fact checking this.
We're fact checking. Well, go to my LinkedIn profile. I reposted it. You know how LinkedIn goes. You say something like, completely like padded and whatever. But yeah, no, exactly. I reposted it. I gave a little comment, so you congratulated or like said thank you or whatever. But yeah, you can see like I think it's the third picture is me getting Kamala Harris. I had waves in that one though. I thought the waves looked good in that picture. I won't complain.
Kamala Harris.
I won't complain.
You were Kamala Harris.
Yeah. What the picture doesn't capture though is the fact that I was so slouched back in my chair as he was speaking because the question I asked him was the one where he revealed that after the when he started that real estate private equity firm, I was like, what's the timeline on that? Because the housing market crash couldn't have been that far away. That's when he revealed that he started it a year before the housing market crashed. So I was feeling a little smug. I was leaning back in my chair. I was like, gotcha. But yeah, no, it's a nice picture.
20 years from now, the cycle will repeat itself.
I will be a bald man doing guest lectures in a random classroom in Smith.
Yes.
And then
I firmly believe
some snot-nosed kid is going to go on his WMUC radio show and talk about me.
No, exactly.
I hope so. Because that dude,
there'll be a show called Ethical Safety.
Ethical Safety, absolutely. Yeah, Adverse selection is going to be the but I will say that guy knows how to dress. I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but he is wearing off-white Jordan Retros. Those things were like $2,000. He's got the blue ones. Those are like $2,000. And he's got them in perfect condition. You can tell this man knows what he's doing.
Would you say he's your fashion inspo?
Is he my fashion inspo? No, I've never. I do own a pair of Jordans, but I have probably worn them twice in the past year. And I would like him to be my fashion inspo one day.
Really?
Listen, if I become bald in my later years, I will dress exactly like that man.
So the jean jacket, the blue button down, cargo pants.
Yes.
Jordans.
Yes. Did you notice like the fact that he was wearing like two overshirts in that picture?
Yes.
It was an interesting choice, but he somehow pulled it together. It's with confidence. He pulled it together.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's pretty cool guy. And during the during the guest speaker, I was like I'm going to end up another LinkedIn post. But it was a good picture. It was a good picture.
Capitalized off it.
Yes.
In your little capital classes, you got it.
Yeah. My media training classes. I learned to make sure my hair looked good before I got the photo op. He got the photo op on me.
Were these media training classes WMUC certified?
No.
No,
they're actually not WMUC certified. The media training classes are done by oh man, I'm blanking. It was going to be such a funny joke. Well, you guys will never know what the joke was. But have you ever seen that video of that guy who was running for president and he was like, and we're going to go to the White House and we're going to take over. Yeah!
Donald Trump?
No, he blew up his career over this scream. The Dean scream or something like that. I forgot.
Dean scream?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, whatever. If you got the joke, then maybe you laugh. But we here in the studio did not laugh because neither of us could remember what it was. You've got
the only Dean I care about is Dean Withers.
Who is Dean Withers?
You don't know about Dean Withers?
I don't know who Dean Withers is. Who is Dean Withers?
He's like this hotshot progressive political commentarist, like new Hassan Minaj of like our generation, except it's a white guy with blonde hair who's conventionally attractive.
They gentrified it. Is he like a comedian or like what is he?
No, he like debates Trump supporters.
Well, then he's not Hassan Minaj. Hassan Minaj is the comedian. You're thinking of Hassan Piker.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, guys. Guys, I mix up my brown people.
Yes.
For those listening, I am a brown person, so I get to say that.
But you couldn't tell if you walk past the studio right now, you couldn't tell because Nate is in an all-white outfit right now with a pointy hat.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's his disguise. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so yeah, he's the new Hassan Piker, you're saying.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Got you.
Yeah, 100%. And then he crashed out when the election results came in.
Oh no.
It was fun to see.
I know. I've never. I used to watch a little bit of Hassan Piker here and there, but I don't know. Ever since Trump got elected, I've started to watch Fox and Friends.
Really?
You know, Fox and Friends is great because it's like the View. The View's the show with the Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah. It's like the View except with just white guys and one white woman.
Yeah,
you know,
no, I feel like that's
great.
It's just a great representation of the Maryland experience.
Wonderful. It's a great representation of perfect. The Maryland experience, the DMV.
Dare I say the Smith experience?
The Smith experience. No, I would say Smith is a little bit more diverse than that. Okay. Yes. Shout out to Smith School. You were making you're considering making a play for Smith. I hear.
Yeah, I am. Hope they don't listen to this podcast.
From a Reeb.
Well, oh no, I'm staying at a Reeb.
Oh, you're staying at okay. You're staying at a Reeb and you're adding Smith.
Yeah. I'm just running around campus now.
Pick a side. Jesus.
Yeah, no,
you computer science Smith people, you guys need to pick one side. Either you're going to be a cool business bro or you're going to be a cool tech guy.
Are either really cool to begin with, though?
No. They're both not cool. But, you know, what's your prediction? I want to hear this. The job market finance relative to computer science. Where's it going?
Well, I think that the sort of like finance intersection is going to become more pivotal, as especially so many people are now using their tech majors to go into consulting. And so like this is what I've been hearing is that like a lot of people who majored in computer science are doing their like minors in business or doing something in business oriented and then pivoting to like Deloitte or EY. And so
okay.
That's my take on it. I also hear a lot about this theoretical quant. I'm only taking on finance because my dad said it would be a good combo. So
got you.
There's that. I hear there's good intersections, but obviously I feel you're a good person to talk about this. Business major, software engineer at Cap One.
Oh, what? I'm not I am not a software engineer there.
Ooh.
I am a business analyst. That is, the software engineers get paid much more than I do. But you know what? I'll take what I can get.
You just gotta tell everyone you're a software engineer.
Oh, I should be doing that though.
Yes.
I really should, because then people will like not ask me for referrals and all that. You know, the absolute game you have to play with like getting into like these competitive careers in like business and all that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They want you to like, find an alumni, reach out to them, get them to put you in the system with the referral. Then you get your resume read. Otherwise, it's going in the recycling bin. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And considering like, the average company nowadays, I remember reading this, they're spending way more on the acquisition of like employees, like new hires, rather than actually the training of them is insane to me. You know,
we used to see, especially like I think in the early 2000s, so many businesses would pay for you to get your MBA, for you to get like more advanced education because they saw you as an investment.
Right.
Rather, they expect you now to take on all these loans yourself. And just come to them.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
not great.
Some would say that it's not, but what am I gonna do? I better just learn how to get referrals and figure that out. But you had something to say about touring UMD.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I think touring UMD is such an interesting thing, especially because so many people do it poorly.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to gaslighting people who go to different DMV schools, I think we need to have a unified strat here. Right?
Are you actively gaslighting people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
So my friend from CMU visited when she had her fall break. Mind you, criminal that she gets a fall break and we don't.
Right.
But she visited because she lives in Rockville, and so she came. And the strat is show them all the nice buildings, ignore the ugly ones.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be a little more careful with how you walk the campus. You know, you can't do anything unsightly.
Right. Well, you say it's just like show them the nice buildings, don't show them the nice ones, or don't show them the not nice ones. But I think it's a bit more complicated than that,
Yeah, no,
right? there's a process. You put effort into this.
Yeah,
right?
no, there's a path.
Yeah.
So this Friday, I am meeting with one of my friends from Georgetown, and she's so hyped. She's so hyped that she's coming from the metro. You gotta plan it accordingly, okay?
Okay.
You gotta go directly between. I think it's like the College Park Metro, and then that like sort of place with turf. You walk up that road, and you hijack through South Campus Commons. You cross Wash Quad.
Okay.
Full delusion. You go full delusion. You're like, this is what dorms look like. This is amazing. this is like community living, that walkable living.
Yeah.
That so many of us have here at the University of Maryland. And then you take them past Shoemaker, especially. You take them past Shoemaker. And
Shoemaker is the one with that, like, it's out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You take them past Shoemaker. You maybe walk them inside. You show them that very pretty window, and you're just like, yeah, this has like, this is like what all our buildings look like, And then you go past Simmons Hall. You point it out. You're like, hey,
No, pull it too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Nate's a little far away from the mic.
Sorry, hate to break it, but no, you go through Simmons. You show them this like ancient building, and you're like, okay, great. That's all we're gonna see on this side of campus. You go past McKeldin Mall, and here's the very careful thing.
Right.
You cannot show them the modern side of ESJ because that's supposed to be a surprise.
Yes.
So you gotta go in front of the fountain, and you show them this amazing view. You hit them with the fact, this is the biggest academic mall in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because ESJ has that one. It's like that. It has like that facade.
Yeah.
That's like, oh yeah, this is like a legacy building, and then you like go right behind it, and it's like, no, we're actually tech.
You can go in. You can go into it.
Yeah.
And so that's full crazy. Like you go into it, it's full gaslight.
Yeah.
And you go in, and then you enter through. You take up those steps. That's similar to Francis Key Scott or like Tidings, but those buildings are ugly on the inside.
Right.
But you go inside ESJ and you take those steps, and you're like, this is one of our legacy buildings. And inside, completely modern. You show them around. You say, this is what the average Maryland building looks like. This is what every single one of these buildings on this mall looks like.
Yes.
Except I can't show it to you because we don't have the time.
Yeah, and we don't step into McKeldin.
We don't step into McKeldin at all.
Not a foot.
Not a
foot.
foot.
You don't even walk past the statue because they might look inside and be like, what?
Yeah, no.
Why does it look like a public library that's underfunded?
Oh yeah, no. You definitely cannot show them McKeldin's BBL.
Right. Oh. That extension. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's McKeldin's BBL, and it's very unseemly. You can't show it to them.
It's terrible.
It was botched, actually.
Botched surgery. Yeah. They went to Dr. Tallahassee for that one.
They did. Then once you're done with ESJ, you go out through that modern entrance. You take them over that elevated bridge. You get this amazing view of H.J. Patterson. And then you go into Hornbeck, right? You have to pass the little unseemly little purple line construction, but then you glaze it completely.
Well, you have the benefit, right? Because they already mostly finished construction of that part. You were completely avoiding, for our listeners, he's completely avoiding that major stretch of just like dirt, like just a bunch of fenced off everything. Probably
they cannot see that.
Just
100%.
like 7 acres that are completely destroyed by construction.
Well, I mean, it looks like a war zone. It's
terrible.
Trenches.
It is terrible.
Trenches. Yeah. So after that, you walk them past Hornbeck. Okay. You don't go inside Hornbeck. You maybe go inside the Bio Research Center because that's kind of pretty, but don't go in those buildings. Yeah. They're ugly.
Of course.
You go past Regents, and then you pass by those blocky like engineering buildings, but like that's just like to show, okay, so we do have some
there's
ugly
some
buildings.
step. And sorry, where does this person you're touring, your gaslighting go to?
Georgetown.
Okay, so they don't have an engineering school.
No.
Okay, perfect.
No. They have CS majors, and I've looked at their curriculum. It's a curriculum for sure.
And I don't know this, but to my recollection, they don't have like a designated CS building, do they?
I'm not sure.
Either way, even if they did, like all their buildings are like legacy, and they're going to be like next to like these. Everything's going to be like terrible
Well,
looking.
What's
right?
interesting? Have you been to their campus?
I've been on their campus. I've not been in a single building.
Okay. So what's interesting is that they do all their photographs outside of their Healy Hall, which
Yeah.
is their historic building that
Right.
they built upon.
Yeah.
Beautiful interiors.
Yeah.
Beautiful, gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
That's one building.
Right. Well,
They have, like-
we take pictures of all we take pictures of is McKeldin Mall. So
Yeah, but those aren't our crown jewels.
Right. That is not. Yeah, McKeldin Mall is a nice place to sit around avoiding your homework, but
Yeah, and the gag is, I saw
Yeah.
a recent day in the life video from a Georgetown student.
yeah.
So many of their buildings' interiors look like ours. Like
Really?
so many of their like.
And not
more
when
like-
you say ours, not like ESJ ours, but like Tidings ours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The same ceilings,
Nice.
the same
Nice.
furniture. I saw that and I almost like I went into psychosis. I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah.
Like, the online glazing went too crazy. Like, there's no way. Anyways, we go past the engineering quad, and this is where full gaslight starts.
Yeah.
You take them inside IDEA. You show them IDEA.
The Idea Factory that no one is allowed to go inside most of it up.
You can go up the first 3 floors.
Right.
and Lockheed bans you from floor 4 and up.
Of course.
Lockheed says you guys can't look at our drones.
What are they really doing in there?
What are they really? Because who has access?
Yeah.
Have you seen anyone who actually goes in there?
Is Startup Shell, and this is an important question, is Startup Shell a front for something?
I do think so.
I genuinely think I have never seen them do anything related to their business. You can just look in. They have windows. You can just look in. No one that's in that main room where they're supposed to be like working ever does any work. What is it a front for?
They have a cafe. Is
Yeah.
that also money laundering?
I don't
They have
know.
a whiteboard with cafe prices that they drew on Expo. That just
I
stays
saw
there.
that. I saw that.
What are they talking about?
What is
Where's
the plan?
the cafe?
What is the plan? This is some Sopranos level stuff right here. They've got their front.
What is the money laundering
Yeah.
happening at the idea? Because what other purpose does that building have?
Right.
But you show it to them because it's gorgeous, and you show it to them because like, oh, this is Maryland, and then you
Right.
take that sky bridge into Jeong H Kim, and you're like,
That is
yeah,
a cool
this
sky
is one
bridge.
of our this is one of our uglier engineering buildings.
Yeah.
And you take them down the rotunda.
Actually, it's the nicest strictly engineering building. No. Actually, that's a lie. A. James Clark Hall is nicer.
Yeah.
A. James Clark Hall is it's the second nicest.
Yeah. So you take them down that little rotunda thing, and you go outside, and you're like, we're not done yet. We're
Right.
not done yet.
And
'Cause then we go to
then
A. James Clark.
Yeah.
We show them that building, and we're like, yeah, no, this is just super cash. Like,
Yeah.
this is just like Lockheed finances. So
Yeah,
much of
we
our
just
work.
gave this to the biomedical students. You should see where our engineering or electrical engineering students are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then
Yeah.
immediately 360 or no,
Sell,
180.
and now the sale, right?
180. Now
Right,
you go down, you
180.
go south.
And now a read, right?
Now we're real.
Oh, my
Now
goodness.
you showcase
Yeah.
them. You show them the crown jewel
Absolutely.
of the CS department. You run into Kruskal, which is always a surprise, but
You run into who?
Kruskal,
Who's Kruskal?
an infamous CS professor.
Ah,
He's not well liked.
he's not well liked. Well, I'm not going to ask you your opinion on it, but blink twice if you don't like him, and I won't say anything.
Well, I haven't had him.
Oh, you haven't had him?
I actually this was a big concern.
Okay.
Actually, in the recent registration cycle.
You were like
dealing with Kruskal.
Okay.
Yeah, because he teaches 351.
Is that a required one?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
He teaches
I see.
351, and there are 3 professors teaching it next semester. There's Justin. There's Ting.
I've heard good things
There's
about
Kruskal.
Justin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ting is apparently teaching it with Kruskal. And so Kruskal is like infamous. Kruskal, no good vibes. One of the worst Planet Turp ratings.
When was your registration?
Oh, November 7th.
Oh, you had a pretty early one.
Yeah.
AP credits?
AP credits locked in.
Me too. Yeah. I had like a November 4th or something like that. It was great.
No, I love it.
I was able to register for Art 469, I believe it's 469. It's the business of being an artist. It's teaching you how to be a professional artist. It's going to be great. There's 8 people in the class total. Like, it got filled up really quick. 8 people in the class. I am probably going to be the only person who has never done art in their lives.
This is art.
This
What are
is
you talking
art.
about? This is art. This is the business of art.
This is performance art. I'm putting on a voice. Do you know what I actually sound like?
I do.
No, you don't, because
Oh,
I've never.
is this your voice you've been consistently pushing?
We're going to do a live demonstration of my real voice. This is pulling back the curtain. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, my name's Stephen Fung, and I'm the host of the Moral Hazard Show, and I'm ice cream. Yeah,
Really?
and that is a taste of the real Stephen Fung.
I think you're a little too north for that voice. I think.
Halloween is the one day when I don't wear a mask.
Really, you've been Obama.
I've been Obama. I've been Joe Biden.
You've been Joe Biden.
I will be Donald Trump next Halloween.
Trump.
Yeah.
Not JD Vance. I know you love your couches.
I don't have eyeliner, so.
You can borrow mine.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Well, maybe JD Vance. Maybe if he does anything that's like notable.
Emma's Trump.
Well, I feel like I would want to be Trump and she can be JD Vance. because I could, like, she could do the I think if she wore eyeliner, that would make more sense, you know? Oh, but she is blonde.
Yeah.
So you're right. No, she'll do Trump, I'll be JD Vance. And I guess I'll just buy some paint from Home Depot. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Where even were we?
Registration.
Registration.
Yeah.
Oh, because Kruskal, and then we were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Super off
Justin,
track.
dude.
Yes.
Okay. Great ratings, right?
Yeah.
King, first time teaching. People are nervous. Kruskal, millionth time teaching.
Yes.
People are scared. Justin, hyped. Seats being taken off the testudo. It's running out. People are like super scared. They really want this section.
Yeah.
Guess when the time is? The class.
I'm gonna go 9:30 a.m. It's an 8.
It's an 8 a.m.
Rough.
It's an
Rough.
8. You're asking CS majors. 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Wake up 8 a.m. Go to a reeb. Stay there for an hour. What are they doing after?
And I'm not gonna dox you, but like Areeb's like a 10-minute, 15-minute walk for you, right? From your
Yeah.
Rough.
Oh God. I mean, people's mental health are gonna go in a gutter, but it's great. It's up. We're up. We got the better professor. We're up.
Yeah.
So
Look, as some, I wouldn't know about having to walk 25 minutes for an 8 a.m. class. I actually had a midterm today. I had a midterm or an exam today for a 400 level class, and I spent too long looking at TikToks on my phone. I was originally TikTok sober, then I re-downloaded it yesterday, and it's been bad. So yes, I relapsed on the TikTok. I ended up 5 minutes late to an exam.
No.
But it's okay. It's okay because it was also really quick for me for some reason. I left in like after 30 minutes. So, you know, we're up. We'll see. Maybe I just failed it. Well, who knows?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah. So you're in our reeb. You pass by Kruskal.
And then you do another 180. Okay. You show them Antonov. You show them the very pretty auditoriums. You're like, average lecture hall.
Yeah.
Average lecture hall. You show them the ESJ lecture hall. Average lecture hall. This is what Maryland is.
Right.
You pivot completely. You move towards the Y. This is actually what all the dining halls look like. It's just the closest one to us right now.
Little do they know you walked right past
South Campus.
Yeah.
Walk right past South Campus. Nope, that's just where the radio is. That's just a community center.
Yeah, that's the community. You see all those people walking in, they're just going to play board games in the community center.
Literally, yeah. We don't show them Stamp. Don't show them Stamp.
You don't like Stamp? It's a little crowded, but
I feel like I could show them Stamp if I was in the mood. Maybe after ESJ. After ESJ.
Yeah.
Show them Stamp that way.
Okay.
But, we pivot. We show them Atlantic.
Yeah.
Show them beautiful Atlantic. We're like, this is the peak of transitional architecture.
Right.
Actually, no, ESJ is the peak, but this is just another instance.
Yeah.
Maybe show them the farm, you know?
Yeah.
Be like, we were first
we
in
even
agriculture.
have cows.
We have cows, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
do you
love
have
the farm.
cows?
Yeah, exactly. Georgetown doesn't have a single cow.
Do they?
Don't have a cow, man.
Don't have the space.
Yeah.
I mean, they're mall.
These Georgetown elites wouldn't know a thing about agriculture.
Wouldn't know a thing.
They're all studying biology so they can put fluoride in our drinking water. They don't care about they don't care about fresh food.
You know, it's crazy. Went on a date with the Georgetown man I was telling you about.
Oh, really?
GVPT major there, minor in chemistry. Asked him what he wanted to do in DC. Oh, I don't know. You
just
want to be a lobbyist for Big Pharma. Just
yeah.
admit it.
Yeah. Okay, so he's not from like the DMV area.
No.
He decided, oh, I'm gonna go to the one school where all the lobbyists come from.
Literally. I asked him like, oh,
Yeah.
do you want to be a lobbyist? Do you want to work on the Hill? Do you want to be do you want to be a congressional staffer? Do you want to be a fellow? Do you want to like go like consult? Like I was asked because I was curious. People usually have their plans. I don't know. Something in DC.
Yeah. Poli-sci and chemistry, working as a lobbyist. So DuPont or what? Like Eli Lilly. Like what do you do? What's your game plan here?
Either admit that you want to run for office, which you probably do. Or just like say you want to be a lobbyist.
Yeah. If you're going to, here's the thing, right? If I was an engineering major right now, I would have no shame about it. Like, yes, I'm going to work at Raytheon. If I don't work at Raytheon, someone else will, and I don't care. And you gotta own up to it. You can't be coy about what you want to do with your career. You're gonna be coy about it the rest of your life. Every single time you want to date, someone's gonna ask you, "Oh, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I work in sanitation." While you work in like, yeah, I work as a janitor at the Capitol. No, the reason why you're Find My iPhone's constantly there is because you're like waiting outside some senator's office to like hand him a paper with a picture of his like kid being held hostage. You're like, we need the patents for that. We need the patents for this new drug.
Speaking of the Capitol, I know you have some interesting thoughts on Trump and the cabinet.
Oh yeah, well, it is. Oh my God, this clock is so wrong. It was at 5:38. I was like, there's no way we've been doing this for 90 minutes. Anyways, so so as you know, Trump has been drafting his cabinet, and I like to imagine like all these people like Elon, Vivek Ramaswamy, like RFK Jr. They're all like sitting on their couches with their loved ones, waiting for the news to roll in like it's the NFL draft.
College admission cycle.
Yeah. Elon and his 12 kids get up and all hug each other after it's announced that he'll get to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, or the Doge.
They're just at a desk, right? And there's just like different hats for different government agencies.
Yeah, different.
And they're just like, they get the news and they're literally at like the X offices, mind you. And they're literally just like, and they like switch.
Yeah.
Elon Musk goes from EPA, he takes the hat, he's like, no, Doge.
Yeah, Doge. No. What Elon's got is, he's got like different governments, you know. So he's got the US, he's got Sudan for the lithium mines, and he's got Ireland.
South Africa for his emerald mines.
Yeah, South Africa for the emerald mines. And he's got Ireland for the tax benefit. You know about the double Irish?
No.
Basically, it was this like tax scam where companies would like pump their revenues through Ireland to avoid taxes. Doesn't work anymore, but really interesting to learn about. Anyways, so yes, Trump has been drafting his cabinet picks. I think it was a few days ago, maybe like 2 days ago, he decided, yes, so we're going to do Department of Government Efficiency. It's going to be Elon, but we've got someone more sensible. And it's Vivek Ramaswamy. They're co-leading it.
That brown representation.
Yeah. And I want to know what staffer was putting these plans together and was like, what would make Reddit go insane? Vivek Ramaswamy, it's like it's political fan service. They're doing what like sitcoms and like animes do.
That's what I'm saying.
Where they're just putting these people together for the sake of like the entertainment, rather than like, does this make sense? Is this going to destroy the plot? Like,
that's why the last Trump presidency was so interesting, because it was so terrible, but it was so comedic at the same time. There's
was
so
hilarious.
Much satire to it all. I mean, Donald Trump standing in front of a big desk, just full of McDonald's. Just full of McDonald's.
Yeah.
And being like, "This is your food," to NBA players.
Who would have thought 4 years later he would be working at that McDonald's?
Exactly.
And it won him the election.
Won him PA. Won him all the swing states.
Yeah.
All the swing states. Damn. Yeah.
It's really interesting. Yeah, it really was like his entire presidential run, from 2016 to now, has had these weird product placements, and it seems like McDonald's has been paying the big bucks on this one.
McDonald's has been trying their best, bro. They've been trying their best.
McDonald's is doing great with the product placement. I want to know if they did a Donald Trump, like, you know how they had the Sweetie meal?
Meals?
Yeah. They had these celebrities, the Travis Scott burger or whatever. I don't know. What else did they? I don't know.
BTS meal.
BTS meal. Yeah. Did they even have, they did have McDonald's Travis Scott, didn't they?
Yes. I
yeah,
think so.
yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Travi Patty. Yeah. Yeah. The Travi Patty. But if they did a Donald Trump Happy Meal, would that sell? And would Donald Trump run for a third term?
I think it would be interesting. I think the Donald Trump Happy Meal, they should add tariffs to it. Just find a way to add tariffs to it.
It costs 30% more.
It costs 30% more.
It costs
Make it a
30%
bit
more.
inaccessible.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
show to supporters what the tariffs actually mean.
Right. Yeah.
And then you take it to the third term. I think we just force Obama back in.
Force Obama back in.
Force Obama back in.
Well, listen, I think no one who could tell what the Democratic strategy is going to be in 2028. But
Something
I have
unfortunate and wrong.
I have a feeling, you know. Well, actually, not a feeling. I have a source that I cannot name. But what they're going to do is their plan, right, is to shift all their political ideologies further right than the Republicans.
Really?
And that way they capture the far right crowd that they've been missing this whole time. Because, everyone's saying it's a well-known fact that the reasons the Democrats lost was because they weren't far right enough. They were too moderate. So if we just do another party switch, another party realignment, another party realignment. They get Joe. They're
Trump
still
announces he's a Democrat again.
Yeah, he's back to being Democratic. Trump's like, I don't know what happened. They went so far right. They went so far left. They turned right. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, now Trump's a Democrat and he's fighting for abortion access and AI rights.
Exactly.
4 years later, abortion access is still going to be. we're still going to be talking about it because it'll never get figured out.
I am hearing that the Dem strategy is actually going so far left. We have our own Trump.
Yeah,
I hear it's Gavin Newsom.
You think Gavin Newsom's going to be the new Trump?
I mean, he's hot. I think Trump supporters find him hot. So
I don't know. Is he hotter than Donald Trump?
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say so.
You would say so?
I would say.
Interesting.
I mean, we have hot Kennedys, except for
RFK. Yes,
Yeah.
you were telling me there is a hot Kennedy out there. I still am not entirely convinced.
Guys, no. This man, like, the media has been taken with him. They want him for their calls.
Yeah.
There are calls in the public forum of TikTok for him to become the next VP.
And his name is?
Jack Schlossberg. Jack Bouvier. Kennedy Schlossberg.
Kennedy. There we go. There's the Kennedy.
There's the Kennedy.
Yes.
Grandson of John F. Kennedy.
Grandson of John F. Kennedy.
Nephew of John F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
So that's why he looks so similar.
Yes. And what are his qualifications? Why should I be voting for him for president? Or
he went to Yale.
He went to Yale. He
got a degree in history.
Yes.
Interesting focus in Japanese studies. Then spent a good few years in Japan doing something.
Yeah. Listen, we should be looking at his computer search history.
Then came back to the States.
Yeah.
Came back stateside. Decided to get a JD MBA at Harvard.
Yeah.
Harvard. Aced it. It. What's his current position? What's his current position, Steven?
I don't know. You tell me.
Vogue political correspondent.
I did not know Vogue did that.
Well, you know why they picked him.
Because he's a heartthrob?
Because he's a smart heartthrob.
Ah.
Yeah. You see those, like, the Vogue post.
Yeah.
The Vogue article.
Uh-huh.
It's very purposefully leaning into the heartthrob aesthetic.
Well, you showed me a picture, like his profile on Vogue is just like the most narcissistic picture I've ever seen. It's him laying on the ground with like 20 pictures of himself spread out. 20 identical, like the thing you sign, like an autograph kind of thing.
Yeah, the title of the article,
Headshots.
Jack Schlossberg is just being himself.
Oh, he's just being himself.
Just being himself.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
Vogue knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know who to capitalize on. and it's me.
Yeah, you fell for that. Well,
I did.
I don't.
100%.
I still don't see it because I looked up Jack Schlossberg, and you know what? If you are listening, look him up. Jack, how do you spell it? I don't. Who cares?
Schlossberg.
Jack Schlossberg.
Spelled SCHLOSSBERG.
Look him up and write
on
in.
Pinterest.
Right? Not on. No, that's not fair. You look up JD Vance on Pinterest, and it's going to be like cute little pictures of him. You have to look him up and see what he actually looks like, and then assess.
No.
Is this person attractive or not?
If you look up JD Vance on Pinterest, you'll find the photos of him, Yale Halloween, him in drag.
He did drag in Yale Halloween.
Did
That's
you not
crazy.
know about this?
No, I did not.
Look at, oh my days.
Why are we letting him near our children? Get him off TV.
I'm being so serious. This is a real thing. He did drag.
Who is he supposed to be? Is he just wearing a wig?
Yes.
Interesting.
He's wearing a wig, mascara. Oh, very flamboyant. Very, very flamboyant. Look at this.
Okay, but drag is not a Halloween costume. Drag is not a Halloween costume.
That's the Republican side of him.
Yeah. That was his Appalachian understanding of what drag was. He was like, oh, it's just a Halloween costume that people do.
I think some of it
year
stayed
round.
with him. You know,
Yeah.
the mascara.
Yes.
The eyeliner.
People think he's not wearing eyeliner. He is wearing eyeliner. That man is wearing eyeliner. No one looks like that in real life. It's absurd. And he won over all the Redditors who were like, for some reason, this man seems very attractive.
You know, Usha Vance, she goes to him, and every morning she takes her cudgel and she spreads it on his eyes.
Nice.
And that's how they bond. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, 100%.
But, you know, so we've got the cabinet picks. Well, yeah. Oh, Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, Doge. We mentioned that. RFK Jr. going to be in charge of the health of our nation. This guy, look, I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure everyone who's heard this knows like the basics of RFK, right?
Oh, 100%.
He is the guy that doesn't get invited to the wedding. You know?
Yeah.
Like.
No, he's on the extra table. You know,
Yeah.
like you have to send him an invite.
Yeah.
But you're begging.
Yeah,
he says no.
You put him in the back right of the conference
back
room.
right of the table, and you're just like, God. And he just makes it about himself.
Yeah.
You know, he's sitting there and he's just banging on the table. He gets super wasted and drunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
it's an open bar.
It's an open bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't trust RFK Jr.
It's
Especially
their fault for serving Everclear.
literally.
They knew he was 3 years sober. They shouldn't have put that in front of him.
But I know you think he's coming from a good place.
I think he's coming from. I think RFK genuinely wants to help American people. I think, like, if you look at his plans from the side of like any corporation that has a vested interest, he is inherently anti